What if the very thing you're holding on to is what's holding you back? We spend our lives gripping, planning, managing, fixing, believing that if we can just control every piece, life will finally feel safe, predictable, and whole. But what if that's an illusion? What if true freedom comes not from control, but from surrender? This video is a journey into the deeper truth that surrender is not defeat, it's power, it's peace, and it's where your real transformation begins. Welcome back to Magnum Opus 333, where we explore the unseen forces that shape reality from the inside out. Today we're diving into something we all wrestle with: control. Whether it's trying to predict the future, fix our past, or manage other people's behavior, control feels like security, but it's often a disguise for fear. And in contrast stands surrender, a concept often misunderstood as weakness or passivity. But real surrender is the most courageous act you can take. It's not giving up. It's letting go of the illusion that you were ever in charge of the river's flow. Let's break down this path, layer by layer, until the truth becomes clear. Control is seductive. It promises safety. It gives us routines, systems, and predictability. But here's the secret. Life was never designed to be controlled. From the moment we're born, we're taught to grip, to control our image, our achievements, our futures. But underneath that grip is something deeper. Fear. Fear of the unknown. Fear of chaos. Fear of being out of alignment with how others see us. Fear that if we don't control everything, we'll lose ourselves. And so we micromanage. We plan obsessively. We analyze our past mistakes and future possibilities until we're frozen in place. But control doesn't eliminate uncertainty. It just creates tension. Control is a contract with fear. It says, if I can just hold tight enough, nothing bad will happen. But life is movement, evolution, birth and death. Control is a dam in a river. Eventually, it breaks. Or breaks us. So what does all of this control actually cost us? Number 1, emotional exhaustion. Trying to control everything burns out your nervous system. You're always on, always vigilant, always trying to stay 2 steps ahead. You can't rest. You can't even exhale. Number 2, shallow relationships. Control doesn't allow for real connection. When you try to control others, how they see you, how they behave, what they feel, you stop seeing them as they are. You can't receive someone fully if you're trying to script their part in your play. Number 3, resistance to life. Life speaks in chaos and rhythm, in cycles and surprises. The more you control, the more you resist that natural rhythm. And the more stuck, disconnected, and anxious you become. You're no longer in the flow. You're against it. Trying to control everything is like clenching your fist to hold water. The tighter you grip, the more it escapes. Let's go deeper. Why do we cling so tightly to control? Because somewhere in your past, control helped you survive. Maybe you grew up in chaos, and control gave you order. Maybe you were hurt, and control gave you armor. Maybe you were unseen, and controlling outcomes gave you a sense of worth. So this isn't about blame. Control often begins as a protective adaptation. But what protects you as a child can limit you as an adult. At some point, your soul outgrows the cage you built to survive. That's when surrender whispers in your ear. Surrender is not apathy. It's not giving up your goals, your desires, or your passion. Surrender is aligning with life instead of fighting it. It's trusting the intelligence that's greater than your ego's plan. So what does surrender actually look like? Letting go of needing certainty. Opening to what is instead of what should be. Trusting that even when it looks messy, you're being guided. When you surrender, you create a space for the miraculous. Why? Because you stop operating from fear and start moving with grace. Surrender is power through humility. It says, I don't know how this will unfold, but I trust the unfolding. You stop demanding guarantees, and you start walking by light from moment to moment. Let's bring it down to earth. Here are signs you're operating from control rather than surrender. You feel anxious when things are uncertain. You constantly replay the past or rehearse the future. You struggle to delegate or trust others. You feel angry when plans don't go your way. You reject emotions that make you feel vulnerable. Now contrast that with signs of surrender. You feel more peace, even in uncertainty. You allow emotions to rise and fall like waves. You trust that obstacles are part of your alignment. You pause before reacting and act from clarity, not panic. You can hold duality, effort and trust, desire and letting go. Here's the paradox. When you surrender, you actually become more powerful. Because you're no longer resisting the flow, you're riding it. You're not leaking energy in battles with reality. You're reclaiming it. Surrender doesn't mean you stop acting. It means you stop forcing. You do your part, then release your grip. It's like a dance. You move with intention. You trust the rhythm. And you let the music carry the rest. The universe is not moved by your force. It's moved by your alignment. Here are a few practices to begin embodying surrender. Number 1, breath awareness. The breath is life's rhythm. Inhale, exhale. When you feel control creeping in, breathe. Return to the now. Number 2, affirmations of trust. Say aloud, I release what I cannot control. I trust the process of becoming. I surrender to the intelligence of life. Number 3, journaling prompts. Ask yourself, what am I afraid will happen if I let go? Where in my life am I forcing the outcome? What would surrender look like in this situation? Number 4, visualizations. Imagine holding a rope tied to a boulder. It's heavy, exhausting. Now, in your mind, let it go. Feel the relief. This is what your soul craves. And number 5, Ritual release. Write your fears or attachments on paper. Burn it. Bury it. Let the physical act symbolize your spiritual shift. You were never meant to carry the entire weight of existence. You are the river, not the dam, the sky, not the storm. The illusion of control is just that, an illusion. But the truth of surrender is liberation. Let life move you. Let it break you open. Let it rebuild you with hands you do not control, but that love you beyond reason. Because the truth is, what's meant for you cannot miss you, but only if you stop clinging to what isn't. If this message spoke to your soul, share it, like and subscribe. Leave a comment below. What part of your life are you ready to surrender? Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. And most of all, thank you for letting go. Stay curious. Stay open. Stay surrendered. This is Magnum Opus 333. Thank you for watching. Until next time.